Pundits and politicians predicted Trump's demise. They were proved wrong. He seized the presidency against all odds. However, being victorious isn't an excuse to promote misleading visuals. When presented alone and devoid of context, this map can be misleading. The map appeared in many other places during 2017. According to The Hill, White House staffers had a large framed copy of it hanging in the West Wing. The map was also regularly touted by conservative media organizations such as Fox News, Breitbart, and InfoWars, among others. Right-wing social media personality Jack Posobiec put it on the cover of his book, Citizens for Trump. I've spent the last 2 decades making charts and teaching others how to design them. I'm convinced that anyone, including you, can learn how to read and even create good graphics, so I'm usually happy to offer my free and constructive advice to whoever wants to take it. When I saw Posobiec's book on social media, I suggested that he needed to change either the title or the map, as the map doesn't show what the book title says. The map is misleading because it's being used to represent the citizens who voted for each candidate. But it doesn't. Rather, it represents territory. I suggested that Posobiec either change the graphic on the cover of his book to better support the title and subtitle, or change the title to Counties for Trump, as that is what the map truly shows. He ignored my advice. Try to estimate the proportion of each color, red, Republican, and gray, Democratic. Roughly 80% of the map's surface is red and 20% is gray. The map suggests a triumph by a landslide, but Trump's victory wasn't a landslide at all. The popular vote, Posobiec's Citizens, was split nearly in half. We could be even pickier and point out that turnout in the election was around 60%. More than 40% of eligible voters didn't show up at the polls. If we do a chart of all eligible voters, we'll see that the citizens who voted for each of the major candidates were a bit less than a third of the total. And what if we count all citizens? There are 325 million people in the United States. Of those, around 300 million are citizens, according to the Kaiser Foundation. It turns out that Citizens for Trump, or Citizens for Clinton, are just a bit more than 1/5 of all citizens. Critics of President Trump were quick to excoriate him for handing out the county-level map to visitors. Why count the square miles and ignore the fact that many counties that went for Trump, 2,626, are large in size but sparsely populated, while many of the counties where Clinton won, 487, are small, urban, and densely populated? That reality is revealed in the map of the continental U.S. designed by cartographer Kenneth Field. Each dot here represents a voter. Gray is Democratic and red is Republican, and is positioned approximately, but not exactly, where that person voted. Vast swaths of the U.S. are empty. As someone who strives to keep a balanced media diet, I follow people and publications from all ideological stripes. What I've seen in recent years makes me worry that the increasing ideological polarization in the U.S. is also leading to a divide on chart preferences. Some conservatives, I read, love the county-level map President Trump handed out to reporters. They constantly post it on their websites and social media accounts. Liberals and progressives, on the other hand, prefer a bubble map proposed by Time magazine and other publications. In it, bubbles are sized in proportion to the votes received by the winning candidate in each county. Both conservatives and liberals laugh at the other side's stupidity. How can you tweet that map? Don't you see that it distorts the results of the election?